Hello class. I wanted to also share that I included some of my own original haiku poetry that was inspired from the research for this project. I chose to focus on the court decision of Lawrence versus Texas, and this case was based on the arrest of John Lawrence, a Houston resident, by the Houston police that were dispatched to Lawrence's apartment complex in response to a reported weapons disturbance. Upon entering, they accused Lawrence of engaging in a sexual act with another man, Tyrone Garner. Both men were charged with violating the Texas homosexual conduct law, which provided that a person commits an offense if he engages in deviant sexual intercourse with another individual of the same sex. Both men were found guilty. The case was appealed and reached the Supreme Court, and on June 26, 2003, the Supreme Court ruled sodomy laws unconstitutional in a 6-3 decision, ruling that it violated the right to liberty and privacy guaranteed by the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. These sodomy laws were clearly used to subjugate a selected group. As Warren Blumfield explains in our textbook, Readings for Diversity and Social Change, quote, "It cannot be denied that homophobia, like other forms of oppression, serves the dominant group by establishing and maintaining power and mastery over those who are marginalized or disenfranchised," end quote. Our social work intersectionality lens in the case of Lawrence versus Texas includes sex, sexual orientation, gender, race, and power and privilege. The American Civil Liberties Union shared that sodomy laws were part of a larger body of law, which was derived from church law designed to prevent non-procreative sexuality anywhere, and any sexuality outside of marriage. Why was sodomy considered wrong or sinful? And where does the word sodomy actually come from? While there are other biblical references specifically targeted to male homosexuality, the word sodomy derives from the story of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the story of Lot that is found in the Judeo-Christian Bible, Genesis chapters 18 through 19. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed by God, we were told, because their sin is exceedingly grievous. There is no clear explanation of what those sins were in Genesis, but part of the story involves men wanting to carnally, quote-unquote, know and rape angels disguised as men. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah and its tale of the flight of Lot and his daughters from Sodom includes a range of other behavior from Lot that we, in modern times, would find immoral and questionable. There is a direct relationship, I believe, between colonization and gender suppression and/or violence. The colonizing effect of the Judeo-Christian culture to impose certain beliefs and morals on those who held different ones led to people being ostracized, punished, denying one's true self, and sometimes even death. Sodomy laws began to be used in a new way, distinctly against gay people in the late 60s. As the young gay rights movement began to gain momentum, social conservatives began to invoke sodomy laws as a justification for discrimination. Legally, some of the dominant narratives that were written into law included the idea that gay couples were unfit to raise children. These laws were used to justify denying gay parents custody of their own children in some states, and also were used to justify refusing to let gay people adopt or become foster parents. This kind of law, of course, affects and controls what constitutes a family. Another way these sodomy laws affected LGBTQ lives were in the area of employment. They were used to justify firing gay people or denying gay people jobs. These types of laws fueled and insisted on a commitment for change because it affected the LGBTQ community at many of the core levels of what define us and keep us healthy.